Welcome! In today's video, I am bringing you along to paint a commissioned oil painting of my daughter and her fiance's dogs as a surprise for his birthday. So some of it will just be music with some sped up sequences. Some of it I'll slow it down a little bit for the details. I'll cut out some because the total hours that I put into this painting is probably about 6 hours so far. So I'm not going to make the video that long, but hope you enjoy it. And comment below if you have ideas of how I could have improved it, or if you do commission paintings and what you think about them. I enjoy commissions, but they also stress me out a little because it feels like such a responsibility to make their dogs look like they expect them to, and to capture their personality. I can't just kind of wing it on things. I need them to look as close to how they look and as possible, and to bring out their personality and their spirit and their charm. So here is the second day with this commissioned painting of these dogs. First I'm going to focus on getting those eyes. The eyes are critically important for any portrait, whether it be an animal or a person. So I've started with a fresh, sort of clean palette. Colors I'm using are alizarin crimson, ultramarine blue, titanium white, cadmium yellow light, cadmium red light, Venetian red, which I rarely use, so I thought it might be a nice color for these particular dogs, yellow ochre, permanent orange. Color I very rarely use. I thought also that would be a fun one. And I also haven't used any browns in, I don't know, a few years probably. That's burnt umber. So I have some new paints coming in the mail, but this is what I have for this painting. So I'm going to get started. I just have my odorless turpentine in here. I don't know if it's turpentine, odorless thinner. So we have Chloe, who is a poodle. And I spent some time with both of these dogs. They live down in Arizona. They belong to my daughter. And Chloe and Winston. Winston is half golden retriever, half poodle. And both of them are the most sweet and dopey dogs. And I'm hoping to capture that. Winston's eyes definitely need the most help here. I don't have very many small brushes. This is a little cheap watercolor brush that I found in a box over there. So I also have a liner brush coming in the mail that will be good for these eyes. So this is the consequence of me painting large for so many years. Most of my brushes are more this size. So let's get started on Winston's eyes. I have this very small oil brush. I don't know, it's not going to be very precise. I'll try out this soft little brush first to see how that does. A little alizarin crimson. Maybe a touch of ultramarine to darken it. Let's see how that looks. All right, I can work on the fur. Well, the rest is fun too. Let's see, maybe a little bigger brush like that. And Winston is a little darker gold. Chloe is a little more pale tan. Let's work on Winston first. Get some of that orange. Whoops, that's cadmium red light. Here's the orange. a darker tone. So that Venetian red, maybe a little cadmium to cool it down. And maybe one more that's even a little darker. Get a little ultramarine and it's not much darker, is it? There we go. Cool down, get some cool shadows, some warm lights. Let's get our lights mixed up. Low cadmium yellow light, yellow ochre. That kind of gives us a range. Got some warm lights, some cool shadows. Let's try that. So I would say this painting is almost done, but I think it needs more darks, especially down here, and maybe just a little more contrast in here. The painting on this is still pretty wet because I was just painting this yesterday, so I would normally leave it a little longer, but I'm going to try to get the last touches in it because I have to mail this from Alaska to Arizona, and this is a birthday present for somebody, for a family member, and I'd really like to get it there in time for their birthday. So I'm going to work a little bit longer on this, and let me show you the original photo that I'm working with. Okay, this is not the original photo, but this is a printout that I made of the photo. So I was trying to get it pretty close. The lighting in the photo isn't great, so I'm trying to make that a little bit better. So let's get started, and hopefully I'll be able to get these last touches on here without too much trouble. This is in the last painting session, that's like the real workhorse session. This is how many brushes I ended up getting out. It's kind of ridiculous. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and then a bunch of little brushes. The palette's not looking too terrible or chaotic, but I'm going to try to stick with just couple brushes today. Maybe my favorite filbert brush, and maybe try to add just a few more highlights with the little brushes, but it can be kind of tough when the paint's wet. I'm going to try to mix a fairly dark color. I don't often use my palette knife, but I want to have plenty to work with. I need some more ultramarine blue. I'm out of a few colors. I don't want to be stingy with the color. I'm going to try to lay on a fairly thick bit of color and some more alizarin crimson. That's Venetian red. Here we go. I have another tube of this, but it looks like I might need to order that soon. There we go. And maybe I'll have enough of that cadmium red. Let's add a little more anyway. Actually, I wonder if some darker red might. We'll go with cadmium. I don't want to introduce a new color this late in the game. Okay, so my palette knife. Start with some blue. A little of that cadmium in there. It's picking up a lot of white from what I mixed yesterday. So that can be too much. I think it might be. This brown paint is so old. It was not behaving well yesterday. It dried out. I very rarely use browns. Let's see what I can do. Burnt sienna. Thought the brown might be useful in this particular painting with the colors of the dog's coats. I'm going to start here where I'm not going to pick up so much white. Get some more alizarin. A little bit of this brown gets really deep, dark color. Let's see what we can do with that. So I'm gonna call this done. I think it could use possibly a little adjustment here or there, but right now it's got so much wet paint on it. I don't think there's much more I can do today. I might leave it as it is. I'll let it sit and come back and look at it tomorrow, see what I think. But it does need time to dry before I send it off to Arizona. So thank you for watching. If you'd like to see some of my other original oils, check out my website, danellekelly.art. If you want to watch me paint an oil painting of a humpback whale, check out this video over here. Thanks for coming by.